I'm Graham Souter and I'm one of a small team who have been developing a scheme to construct a hydro plant here on the River Calder at Whalley. We've been working on the scheme now for 3 years and we think we'll be able to start building the scheme in the spring and summer of this year. What the scheme will do is take the water out from above this weir, alongside which I'm walking, and put it back into the river approximately 30 to 40 metres downstream. As the water goes down the channel, it will turn an Archimedean screw turbine. That will generate approximately 380,000 kilowatt hours of electricity a year.
Construction began on the 19th of May. The first task was to remove topsoil and put down hardcore as a track for construction vehicles. The workmen's cabins had to be raised on plinths above the highest possible flood level for the site. During preliminary excavation of the outfall channel, some of the excavated material is put into large bags to form a coffer dam. Throughout the entire construction process, it was necessary to keep checking levels. An error of only 100 millimetres or 4 inches in the inlet or outlet levels could result in a loss of up to 5% of electricity output over the entire lifetime of the hydro scheme. Just inside the cofferdam was placed a single row of sheet piles. The old method of banging them into position has been superseded by the vibration method, which makes it much quieter for the neighbours. After more excavation behind the piles, it was time to construct the concrete outfall. It has a carefully designed, long, tapered and scoop shape, so that the mass of water exiting the turbine will be slowed down to a speed set by the Environment Agency before it re-enters the river. Work progresses on many fronts, taking advantage of the good weather. Shuttering and metal reinforcing is positioned and concrete poured. The slope for the Archimedean screw is already taking shape. There were very few mishaps during the build, but here's one. The river level came up quickly overnight, one of the pumps failed and part of the outfall flooded. The pump was fixed and we were back on track within hours. A momentous day on the 2nd of September, just 16 weeks into the build, when the 13-ton Archimedean screw arrived on a low loader after being shipped from Holland. First off, the generator and gearbox. Then the screw, slung at an angle of 22 degrees so that it could be lowered precisely onto its bearings. With the screw in position and the outfall almost complete, work accelerated on the inlet channel, fish ladder and the generator building. To make sure the screw is a snug fit in the channel, it is rotated slowly while a special concrete mixture is poured in and the screeding bar produces a smooth, precise finish. Now the fish pass baffles are put into place. These create the turbulence that attracts migrating fish and helps them to climb upstream. With the generator building roofed and watertight, activity builds up, installing the electrical control equipment. Meanwhile, the last stages of the inlet channel are completed. The main control gate that regulates the flow of water to the screw is lowered into position. A view from the back of the screw shows just how large the inlet channel is. The peak flow it can handle is just over 6 tons of water per second. Guarding and walkways are being installed. Meanwhile, all the piles are removed from the outfall and the river flows in at its natural level. The main wall has been constructed with local random stone to soften its appearance. The last remnants of the cofferdam are removed. Before the inlet piles are removed, water is pumped in to check that the main control gate is watertight and operates smoothly. Now the upstream piles can be lifted out.
And the good news is that the whole project has been completed on time and on budget.
Throughout the entire build, the heron has continued to fish, quite unconcerned about the activity going on only a few metres away.